All right, let's begin the final day of the big open tournament. Good morning, everyone joining us in the grandstands, over in the pits, or even maybe at home. This is the Australian International Airshow, but we're calling this the Avalon Airshow Open Racing Tournament. We've got about 50 pilots going through a grueling several-day competition of intense racing under the 6-pole circus tent we have here. We did this in 2019 and the tent was significantly smaller. It was only like 2 poles. Now we've got this massive arena to play in and we're at the thick end of the competition. I'm joined by co-commentator Bear and we've got Group 1 ready to go.
I'm excited for this one, Tim.
Yep, this is the fast group. Everyone here is qualified into the top 16. Very unlikely to be bumped out from the elimination rounds. We've got TQ Thomas Pitmatter here, closest to my right. We have Godzilla, who's been fighting for second place, the tall gentleman standing upright. Sitting to the left of him, we have Davey FPV, who sniped him for second place. And we have Mac Daddy, our fastest military team pilot. He's sitting in 6th, I think. He deserves to be there just as much as the rest of them.
Yeah, this is our top 3, Tim.
But he's a little bit outgunned, as you would say.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
For now he is. Let's see how it goes during the eliminations, because right now they're just flying the fastest 3 laps they can do to get a qualifying time. But when it comes to eliminations, you've got to finish 4 laps to get through. If you crash, well, we're sorry to see that, but you're out, mate. Thumbs up if you're all ready, pilots. Let's begin.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Oh, Davey FPV falling off the start block. Thomas Pitmatter now, he's through the whole shot. He's coming through the high section of the track, about to come up over the crowd. Bemis Thomas out, TQ coming through the corkscrew now, making his way through KJR corner. Davey FPV through the corkscrew, Godzilla through the corkscrew. That's lap 1 for DMS Thomas, a 15.65 for him. Davey FPV in second, Godzilla in third, Mac Daddy coming around now for 4th. All pilots now on the lead lap. DMS Thomas now coming through KJR corner. This will be lap number 2 for him at 14.42. Davey in second. Godzilla now coming around for third. Mac Daddy making his way through the corkscrew. Bemis Thomas coming up over the corkscrew. He may actually make a pass on Mac Daddy. This will be lap number 3 for Bemis Thomas, a 13.73. Bemis Thomas up over the crowd now. Davey FPV not far behind, but he takes a tumble. Looks to be back up and over the crowd. Godzilla coming through behind Davey. He'll be looking to make a pass. Bemis Thomas now on lap number 5. Davey is down. Godzilla now coming around for his 4th lap. Mac Daddy now making his way over the crowd into the split S. Bemis Thomas out for lap number 5. That's all for him. Davey FPV's down. Godzilla's still up. Mac Daddy coming through the corkscrew now. That's lap number 5 for Godzilla. He's going to do one more. Coming up over the crowd now. Mac Daddy looks like he's going to call it. Godzilla, our last pilot, still on the track. Coming through the In Situ Pacific start-finish gate, and that's all she wrote, folks. Give those pilots a round of applause. They are our fastest pilots here today, and they will feature prominently in finals when we get to it at 11 o'clock today.
Next up, round 19 qualifying 2, with Granger FPV on R1, Mish on R2, Louis on F2, Dimsim FPV on F4, Black Wolf FPV on R7, Bear on R8.
Up now, we have Granger, Dimsim, Black Wolf, Mish, Bear, and Louis. Mish and Louis featuring in our Australian Army drone racing team. Granger, Dimsim, and Black Wolf, our civilian pilots. Dimsim coming all the way down from FPV Rebels in Brisbane.
My co-commentator Bear is in this round, frantically getting his gear ready. Got a battery charged. He's ready. Got 3 pilots in the arena, just powering up now, testing their stuff. Here comes Dim Sim with the puffer jacket. You can tell a Queenslander when he's out of his warm zone. He's dressed like he's halfway to Eskimo land. I've only got a t-shirt on too, mate. It's all right. But I'm from Canberra, so I'm used to this cold. This is summer territory for me. We've got someone powered on the. Oh wait, no. I've realised what I've done. Unacceptable. There we go. We got 6 pilots per race maximum. We can do as many as 8, but tell you what, it gets chaotic at the best of times. The elimination finals will be done with 4 pilots up at a time, so a little bit less traffic to deal with in the racing lines. Nothing's more off-putting than seeing someone waving their rear-facing LEDs in your face as you're trying to shoot this gate with perfection. All right, 6th pilot Mish will be joining us now. He's in the arena. Mish is the pilot that brought home the big W for the Military International Drone Racing Team. And if you're at home watching Sunrise, because you're up early and love watching TV, you would have seen him getting a sweet interview. And the documentary on Netflix will be out later this year, Mish, A Drone Racing Story of Success and Zero Failures. Oh, well, I don't want to speak too soon, but so far it's been all success for Mish. It's not even a charged battery. That is not a winning combination. Is there a seat? We're going to want to get a 6th seat in that thing there. Poor Bear's been relinquished to the back row, but we can still see him there. I got 6 beautiful heads with goggles in there, staring into the abyss of pixelated screens. Thumbs up if you're ready.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
All right, being their first battery of the day, no one wants to go full send. Spoke too soon. Louis going full send into that gate there. He's now in the dirt, trying to flip it back over. Hopefully he hasn't... You've broken something. It's gone back into the dirt. Blackwell first to clock a lap on this round here with Mish following right behind him, then Granger FPV. Granger is one of our local pilots. I think you live in Geelong, is that right? You still live in Geelong? I believe so. Yep, he says. Don't mind me asking him questions while he's trying to focus on flying. He's got enough time to have like a semi-informal interview while flying. Granger, Black Wolf, both on lap 3. They've got good, fine form this morning, hitting some very smooth lines. It doesn't look like a wild ride. And I can see Granger in Black Wolf's video. He's hot on his tail. Black Wolf hits the start-finish gate. Oh, the gate after the start-finish gate. He's in the number 9th place, though, with a 16.55 for his last lap. But Granger's getting into the 15s already this morning. He's got the winning formula under his fingers. And hopefully he can carry that through to the elimination rounds. Granger overall in 4th place. Someone's got a loose battery. That's a loose prop. That's Black Wolf. I can hear it squealing. Granger's hooking hard, going with some smooth curve turns. Now on lap number 6, still sitting in the 4th place, but he's only 0.37 seconds off 3rd. So that's Godzilla territory he's knocking on the door of. Let's see if we can bump him out. These pilots obviously still wanting to push and try and get further up on the leaderboard. If you're in the top 16, you want to keep pushing. You don't want to just cruise along. You want to be in your best form. Hopefully your final form if you're into evolution. If you're into that concept. Dim Sim FPV in remaining. 5th overall. He's still got another lap in him, I think, before the battery says no more. Making his way around the top section, diving through, coming past into the center section there. The power leap through the split 2 gates. What do we call those? Side-by-side gates? We have names for some of these gates. Normally they're just called gates. But if we have one that's flat and level and you're going to dive through it, we call that a dive gate. It's about as advanced as it gets.
30 seconds remaining.
All right, Dim Sim getting in another hot lap there. Is that a real 1391? No, okay. Oh, showing off. Oh, some of these pilots like to show off.
Race
Some of them
over.
are pretty big introverts, and I like to make them feel uncomfortable. Yeah, sure. That round is over. That round is official. Moving on to Group 3. Delegator, Bloke, Kentucky, Fast Vader, Sushi Snake, and Bin Chicken. I haven't seen the father-son combo this morning. Oh, hi, Kathy. They're here. Oh, good. Because news to me this morning, we actually have another scrapping from someone who can't make it this morning. So it looks like someone who's just out of that top 16 bubble may be rewarded with
Kentucky on F2, Fast
a bit of
Vader
luck.
on F4, Sushi Snake on R7,
And they may find
Ben
themselves
Chicken
in
on
the top
R8.
16 when they thought it wasn't. Oh, mate, what's the the dust cloud? Thank you for that. My laptop loves the dust. I'm going to probably buy a lot of isopropyl alcohol and submerge the whole thing in it. Some of this, yeah, my equipment is never seen this much dust in its life. It does make me sad to see it all like this. I'm going to go home and tenderly get a toothbrush, microfiber cloths, and wipe it down, wax on, wax off, chanting my inner Mr. Miyagi. I'm not joking either. I'm something for real. Yeah. All right, we've got Delegator, Sushi Snake, Fast Fader, Bloke, Bin Chicken, and Kentucky in this round. 1, 2, 3. I expect to see all of them in this round. So this is going to be a full stacked heat. And we are live on YouTube for the time being, but as the hordes of crowds come in, I'm going to get squished out of the cellular network and have no ability to upload anything meaningful to the internet. We will go dark, offline, not off the grid. Oh, I'm on a generator, so technically I'm off the grid anyway. But we will go silent to the world of YouTube. Ooh-wee. This is the drone racing tournament. This is the open class tournament. I've been here since Tuesday, and for those first 4 days, we did the military international drone racing tournament, which was just the military teams. We had a team from Indonesia, Singapore, UK, New Zealand, and then we had the hometown advantage of like 4 or 5 Australian teams. And guess who won? Australia, yeah. Cop that, international guests. And so the Australian Army team took the win, the big W overall. The RAF team did not win. Not to say there's a trend here, but normally the Australian Army team wins because they give it all they've got and they practice a lot more. The RAF guys are just high flyers with the sweet trailer. Go check it out. They've even got a fridge and air conditioning in there, so they're obviously living the life of luxury here in this dusty airfield we all find ourselves in.
Yeah, the Air Force do it tough, Tim. That's for sure.
They do it tough.
As they say, you know. Well, I'll say keep this till afterwards. Our pilots are goggles down. Give us a thumbs up when you're ready.
I got gridded up for 6. This is looking good. I'm hitting start. No more bets.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5. Pole shot Sushi Snake 2.03.
Oh, bloke takes a tumble. Delegator, our best performing Air Force pilot in the Military International Drone Racing Tournament, coming through into the corkscrew section in the middle of the track. Sushi Snake, our youngest pilot at the age of 11, he's got 1 lap down. That's his best of the tournament, a sub 20, 1964. He goes up over the crowd with that little blue LED. Fast Vader following him. He's about to come up over the crowd. Bloke takes another tumble. Oh, that looks dangerous. Delegator now. He's coming around for lap number 2. He's currently in 16th position. He's what we're calling the bubble boy, Tim. Top 16 go through to the finals. You want to entrench yourself for these last 2 qualifiers, that's for sure. Bin Chicken having a poke around the track. Sushi Snake is down. He's got his 3 laps. That's all he needs. That's a PB for him. A 59 flat over 3 consecutive laps. Fast Vader. He's coming through the corkscrew. Delegator tumbles and turns. Watch out for those flags. Watch out for the roof. Delegator through the corkscrew, looking very quick. Coming through KJR corner now. Oh, a bit of traffic to contend with. That's his 4th lap. He's only 0.11 seconds away from 15th position. Kentucky now on lap number 4. Bit of traffic for him to contend with. He's on his fastest lap at 24.21. Kentucky making his way up over the crowd now. Give him a wave remaining if you want to. Delegate, I think he ran out of battery and just kind of stopped. Bin Chicken and Kentucky, our 2 pilots still in the air. Fast Vader, he's in the net and you can actually see in his video feed our pilot Pitts. He's almost broken through the netting there. Oh, Kentucky taking a tumble into a gate, trying to get through that corkscrew.
30 seconds remaining.
Bin Chicken now coming around for their 5th lap. They're currently sitting in 29th overall.
Ten seconds remaining.
Kentucky's down. That's all he needs to do. 6 laps for him. So in qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, our pilots have 3 minutes to complete as many laps as possible.
Finish your lap and then land.
However, we will only record their 3 fastest consecutive laps. 3 laps in a row, as fast as you can go, and that will get you on the leaderboard. Top 16 make the finals. That's how it works.
Bin Chicken finished 3 laps in 72.9. Please land.
Sushi Snakes moved into the top 16. Expect to see this lightning fast 11-year-old in the finals later today.
You want to take a quick look at those qualifying results? I do. And now I have removed the pilots who are unable to attend today. So Tilted and Yui Wep would be up there in that top 10 somewhere. But they've been stripped out.
Yeah, this absolutely changes the field now with Mish, MacDaddy and Bear moving into the top 10.
Oh yeah, Mish was in 10th before.
That's correct,
And
Tim.
now he's in a comfortable 8th. We shall see him and MacDaddy with BMS Thomas and Sushi Snake in that first elimination, if I remember my seeding formulas.
Yeah, I was speaking to Mish earlier today about how he was going to approach his racing for this final day of the Australian International Air Show at Avalon.
What's the tactic? Tell me the secret.
His plan is to go faster than the other pilots.
Ah, that's a good way to approach it.
I think if you can do that consistently, you'll consistently beat other pilots.
Yeah. That's the way we should treat it all. So take the advice, Hot Glue. That's the approach you want to be taking for your racing. You're up now in this group, qualifying for Group 4. This is round 19. We've done 19 rounds of this stuff, and we're going to squeeze one more in and make it 20 nice round qualifying rounds. I'm using the word too much. We have no Troy Star or Super Dizzy Die.
Okay, pilots, goggles down. Give us a thumbs up when you're ready.
And no Qubit. Is that right?
Hot glue and just in time from our Royal Australian Air Force drone racing team and Racing Lewis from the Army Cadet team.
He's our fastest cadet on the leaderboard.
He certainly is.
And probably part of the team with the least flying experience out of everyone here.
They all have doing amazingly well for the experience they've had.
Everything's got their equipment a
in
week
less than 5.
Oh, wait, stop.
Stand down and
Track is
disarm. Race start cancelled.
Fast Vader, I think you actually might be in the net along the pits.
Let's just rewind that one.
I think that's what I was looking at. When I looked at Fast Vader's video during that last race, I could see a bunch of Army guys with some tables. Looked very much like our pit setup. We got it? Track is clear?
Yeah, they've got it.
Okay, pilots, goggles down. Give us a thumbs up for the second time.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
A whole group of cadets here behind Racing Lewis cheering him on. Hot Glue making his way through the high section of the track, about to come over what we are calling the top section with the purple LEDs. He comes up over the crowd just in time with the blue LEDs, and not far behind is Racing Lewis. Oh, he takes a tumble coming into the split S. Hot Glue coming through the corkscrew, just in time is doing the same. Racing Lewis recovers. He's making his way through the corkscrew. Do you think he can make a push for the top 16, Tim? Anything could happen. Just in time, and Hot Glue now on the second lap. Racing Lewis takes a tumble. He's trying to get his drone back up. Just in time, coming up over the crowd with that blue LED. Oh, I can hear a bit of crunching going on out there. Something might be loose. Hot Glue coming around KJR corner. Oh, and so is Racing Lewis. They're neck and neck. Something is crying out for help, Tim.
That's a prop about half a turn too loose. It's going to give up at some point for sure.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a common thing for our cadet pilots the last few days is loose props, I think. A bit of muscle needed to really wrench those props on tight. Just in time, about to come through for his third lap. He's sitting in 31st overall. Hot Glue on lap 4. Just in time on lap 4. Racing Lewis. Goggles are up. Yeah, too many vibrations. He's had to call it quits. Otherwise, he would have risked his drone there, not being able to compete in their other qualifiers.
Oh, getting a bit messy for Hot Glue.
60 seconds
Looks
remaining.
like just in time, maybe our only pilot still in the air.
Oh, he's going to put on a show, this experienced pilot. Just in time, also a hot air balloon pilot.
Yeah, if you want to catch him doing that, he'll be flying balloons all next week. He just can't get enough of the skies. He's a flying fiend.
Oh, Hot Glue's back up, though. Purple
30
LED
seconds
coming through
remaining.
the in-situ Pacific start-finish gate. He's in 29th. And just to sort of show a comparison in our times, Hot Glue in 29th. He is half a second away from moving into 28th position.
10
Just in
seconds
time
remaining.
in 31st. He is 8.5 seconds away from position number 30.
Finish your lap and then land. Hot Glue finished 3 laps
All right,
in
Hot Glue, you are done, and-
122.78.
Oh, and Hot Glue sends it
Please
into
land.
the crowd.
Just in time finished 3 laps in
Battery disconnects.
91.84.
Just in time
Please
does
land.
the same. He did that yesterday and got it all kinds of wrong. Smacking into that barrier that
Don't
is
feel
made of metal.
Don't feel threatened. It's a dance of love and kindness.
Oh, and here it comes. The Army-designed, Air Force-tested drone extraction tool.
Race over.
Developed this week at the Australian International Airshow. The highly
Next up,
sophisticated
round 19
green
qualifying
broom
5
zip tied to a
with
piece
Hutto
of
on R1,
PVC,
Paints
which is
on
used
R2,
to get drones
Manic
down off
TARDIS
the
on F2,
netting.
Brig on F4, Chiz on R7, Firefly on R8.
Now, Tim, this is a very interesting race, actually, because it features Chiz, someone who we would call the bubble boy in this competition.
He's been riding that number for several days now.
Yeah, let's pull up the qualifier, because I think it's we're going to have to keep referring to this, because I expect some changes in these last 2 races. So Chiz here, he's just inside number 15.
Oh, but
Sushi Snake.
is only 0.04 seconds off.
Yeah, one race. Oh, Chiz has one more go, or 2 more races to qualify and push and solidify himself in the top 16. Sushi Snake has 1 more. After that, we actually have our British military drone racing pilots who only got 1 day on this track and have had to depart back to the UK. And then we have Third Eye, possible.
But he has to be here to do it.
That's true.
I don't think I've seen Third Eye. I haven't seen the man with 3 eyes
Followed
yet.
by Tomahawk, who is coming up very soon.
I'd like to see him really push it.
He's, carnage in the drone extraction.
It's still
scene.
stuck above the net from what I can see.
Peepsy's one we need to keep an eye on. I would expect him to move up. After day 1 in qualifying, he was sitting in 4th.
Oh, now he's in 12th.
Yeah, he was feeling quite happy with himself with his 4th position after day 1. But absent yesterday, he needs to work hard to get into that top 10.
What about the club team scores? They're not important for this, for the military tournament, but it's good. It's still good for bragging rights. Oh, we're in 2nd now.
How about that?
So we got the Melbourne Multirotor Racing Club is the winning club here, with the top 3 pilots having carried 119 points cumulatively for them. But in 2nd place, it's the Canberra Club with Davey, Bear, and myself.
Well, to be honest, Tim, me and Davey and I are really pulling all the weight there.
My 1 point gives us 2 points above the Army team there. It's nothing to turn your nose up at, you snob. And then in 4th place, the Eastside FPV. Now, Eastside would be higher, but because of Yui Weprup and Tilted tapping out, they're not worthy of this team score now because they bowed out for today.
Yeah, that makes it really interesting. Where's the Air Force sitting? Oh, goodness.
Down in 7th, the only one who's doing them any favours is Delegator. So even Adelaide with 1 lone pilot, Black Wolf FPV, puts them above there, and Dim Sim bringing it home for FPV Rebels in Queensland is the only one there contributing to their score of 30.
Okay, we got our pilots with their goggles down. Give us a thumbs up, guys. Let's go racing.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5. Pole shot Chiz 2.27.
Yeah, Chiz first through the start-finish gate. He's about to make his way. Oh, Hutto takes a tumble. Chiz coming up over the crowd now. He's currently in 15th, and he's going to want to push harder to solidify that spot because Dim Sim is coming. Not Dim Sim, Sushi Snake. Too many food names in this tournament. Chiz now on lap 2. Firefly making their way through the corkscrew. Can you tell me, Tim, what makes a good racing drone?
I think first and foremost, it's durable. Durable.
Well, yeah, Hutto here's really demonstrated that. You know, you've crashed out. You need it to be able to fly for the next round and get back up if you can.
Yeah, I don't think it's good having a glass cannon type thing going on here because at some point you're going to hit some obstacle. And I think you need to be able to keep going more so than you need to be able to go fast. Especially in the eliminations.
Yes. So when we get to finals, we're not racing for time, we're racing for positions. And often, you're not out of it even if you're in 4th place. You know, pilots number 1 and 2 we've seen again, the Stephen Bradbury in drone racing is
happened so many times.
I would say a valid tactic. Oh my goodness, Cheers taking a tumble. I think he's stuck in the net there. That might be it. Goggles are up.
This is just the Firefly show now. He's got 2 laps in.
I tell you what, Tim, getting stuck in the net is a real bold strategy for moving into the top 16.
Yeah, certainly. It doesn't normally work out, but sometimes you might be able to get it and keep going.
You never know.
60 seconds remaining.
Like just under 20s, 19s basically all round. It's Thomas's track. Blame him. All right, Firefly looks like he's putting it down. He's gonna. No, your battery's too low, mate. Talking about battery voltage, a full LiPo cell is 4.2 volts. Yours is at 1.5. You've wrecked the battery. Did you charge the battery? I don't believe any of you. All of you cadets cannot have flat batteries. It was in the charge box.
Whoa. Track is not
10 seconds
clear.
remaining.
Who did that? Who's the loose unit?
What was that?
We're going to come find out who you are.
Yeah, just wait.
Is track clear?
Finish
Nope.
your lap and then land.
Okay, pilots, all disarm. Track clear.
Race over.
Go retrieve your drones.
No more crashing into the. That was Hutto.
Oh,
Cheeky
goodness.
Hutto. No more crashing into the grandstand, please. You're making our crowd nervous. Unless they like it, in which case they would cheer if they liked it. But I'm not hearing any cheering, so I can only. Oh, maybe.
Oh, we got
All
some
right.
cheering.
Keep crashing into them.
Send it into them.
Next up, round 19 qualifying 6, with Hickster on R1, Huey FPV on R2, Ironoid on F2, Lawnmower on F4, Lost My Drone on R7, Marzi on R8.
So, I'm confident. He's a good pilot. He gets good runs. Had some. I've had a few issues this week.
Oh, you were a good video. Yeah, I'd be nervous. Good luck, Huey.
I tell you what, he's got to feel the track out this first run. He's got 2 runs. Feel the track, feel the pace, and then he's got to give it all in the last qualifier. It's 2 or 9. That one.
He just needs to feel out his life in this one and give it his best shot. Will he get in? I don't know.
What a story though, he does. Rightio, our pilots are taking their seats. This is a big one. Huey FPV, the captain of the Australian Army Drone Racing Team, making his debut on this track. He has 2 runs to make the finals.
Ooh, we're just waiting on Ironoid to get his stuff powered up. I don't think we have lost my... No. Don't... No. Yeah, you are on F2. Or basically no one is on F2. Maybe someone down in the pits.
Yeah, pilots, I think we've said it every day and we'll say it again until we finish. Please ensure you do not turn on your drones, plug in a battery in the pits. That F2 signal's now gone.
No, you got no video, no power on F2.
As they say when doing a radio check in the military sometimes, when talking about someone's signal strength, they might describe it as weak and unbearable.
He's running off to go get another drone, I guess. Are we going to let him do this? But not without a bit of pressure.
Run, Forrest, run!
I'm going to give you 15 seconds to make your seat.
10, 9, 8.
Let's get the crowd counting down.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I was going to hit spacebar and have the race start thing go.
Really?
No, that's too trollish even for me.
That would have really scared him there. Okay, pilots. Goggles down, give me a final thumbs up.
We've got video for Ironoid, Marzi, Lawnmower, Hickster, and Huey. We lost my drone. One of the cadet pilots has lost his drone again, and he's still looking for it. So he won't join us now. We're hitting start.
Yeah, Hickster from the cadet team. Ironoid and Marzi are civilian pilots. Lawnmower from the Air Force and
Arm
Huey
your
FPV
quads.
making his
Starting
debut
on
on the
the
track.
tone in less than 5.
Oh, someone takes off early.
Full shot
Oh,
Marzi
someone takes a tumble.
2.16.
I'm not sure on that one. Marzi up over the top of the crowd. Ironoid coming up behind him. Hickser over the top of the section of the track. He and Huey FPV are almost neck to neck. Huey up over the crowd now. Marzi takes a tumble. He's out. Huey FPV feeling out the course. Coming through the split S now. Ironoid on to lap number 2. He's coming up over the crowd. Lawnmower's coming around for his first lap. That's a 26.69 for him, and he takes a tumble. It's lights out for you, boy. Ironoid now coming around KJR corner. This will be his second lap. Huey FPV on his first. Obviously, it's a PB. It's his first lap. Ironoid coming around now through the top section of the crowd, starting to put on a bit of pace. He's well inside the top 16. It's now the Huey FPV and Ironoid show. 2 pilots in the air. Ironoid now on lap number 4. Huey FPV coming through the corkscrew, making his way through KJR corner. This will be lap number 2. He's starting to pick up the pace now. He's getting on that time that he needs to be to make into the top 16. A 22.49 for him. And you can see it is the Huey FPV show. This is his best chance now. A solo run for Huey FPV to make the top 16.
He's almost got the pace ready. He just needs to shave off a few more seconds and do it 3 times over.
Oh, that's
He's
an
got the pace.
18.99.
He's got the pace.
That is what he needs. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The whole crowd riding with him.
Tell you what, though, if he gets into the top 16, he's going to have to tell Sushi Snake, I'm
This-
sorry.
This will be an absolute miracle if he makes it. That's a
Oh.
17.62. Here we go. He's on the 59 bracket. That is what we need to be in the top 16.
Oh, no.
Huey FPV now, that right-hand sweeper turn into KJR corner. This is the one we're looking for. A 52.90. He is inside the top 16. Huey
60
FPV
seconds
with his
remaining.
first run makes it into the top 16.
That makes the bubble even more exciting.
Oh, this is really shaking up the competition. Sushi Snake has one
He's
more
now
run.
in 6.
Oh, he's in 6. He's in level with Ironoid.
On his first run.
Huey FPV
Talk about
out of nowhere.
Talk about not needing any
Absolutely
practice.
nowhere. Round of
Race over.
applause for that run. The captain of the Australian Army Drone Racing Team, Huey FPV, has done it.
I'm genuinely blown away by that.
That was amazing flying, Tim. Goosebumps. The hairs are up on the back of her arms.
Like chicken skin. Oh.
Oh my. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that that run will now be disqualified by Huey FPV as he played a very vicious joke on me and Tim in the commentary box.
Took it hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, Huey FPV sat down to fly. But two-time world champion.
This event's over. I'm going home.
Two-time world champion.
How dare they?
Thomas Bitmata flew that race.
Oh, I need to go have a break now.
Oh, well done to you, boys.
Yeah, well played.
Absolutely well
Well
done.
played, you scoundrels. To be fair, we had the crowd G'd up as well.
And
so
now it
they're-
makes.
the crowd is equally the victim here.
Now I know why there was multiple cameras in our face.
I just thought they were doing a promo video.
Oh, well done. Okay, up now we have Tomahawk. He is in the bubble.
Next up, round 19 qualifying
He-
7, with Mr. Goose on R1,
We-
Scorpion on R2,
Do-
Third Eye
Do
on
we need to
F4,
check who's flying
Tomahawk
what
on
drone
R7,
now?
Top Knot on R8.
I don't know what's going to happen. Oh my goodness, what a good prank. Well done, boys. Okay, up now we have Tomahawk. Scorpion. Yeah, turn me down a bit more. Okay, looks like be a solo run for Tomahawk. Just what he needs to crack into the top 16. Yes. Okay, Tomo. Give us a thumbs. That's a thumbs up. Let's do it, mate.
Nah,
Win it or bin it.
I want to see you arm your quad and confirm it's really you flying.
That's a good plan along there. Okay, let's do it. Let's go racing.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5. Whole shot Tomahawk 4.0.
Oh no, Tomahawk down in the ground. Tomahawk flip-flopping around. This is not the kind of flying we want to see. Oh, no. This is not how you make the top 16, Tomahawk. Oh, but he's back up. He's back. Oh, jeez. I don't know if he can fly at home.
What a disappointing round after that last one.
Oh my goodness. You're still in crash flip. You're mowing the lawn. You're not lawn mower, you're Tomahawk. Okay, you're done and dusted. That's it. Go do the walk of shame. Go collect that. That is disappointing to say the least after that last one. Rightio. That's the end. That's the end of qualifying round 19. This is the last round of qualifying. The last chance dance for all pilots to make the top 16. Tomahawk, he's in the bubble. He has a chance of making it.
Next
but after
up,
that
round
effort,
20,
I
qualifying one,
have my doubts if
with
he can
Gojira
be able to
on
make
R1,
the top 16 from
DMS
here.
Thomas on R2, Davey FPV on F2,
Sushi Snake
Mac
still
Daddy
in with a
on
chance
R7,
now
Heapsy on
after
R8.
that little prank pulled on us with BMS Thomas and Huey FPV. From Houdini in the live stream chat, yes, Heapsy's still flying. He's up now. This is his one chance to move up into the top 10. He was number 4 in qualifying after day 1. But as the pilots got more time on the track, they were able to push forward and move him down to 12th. BMS Thomas is up now after already having flown 2 packs in that last round. Perhaps a little unfair.
Maybe we should disqualify Thomas for being complicit in that devilish prank.
Could you imagine?
Oh, no problem.
Oh, we'll too. You watch that.
Is he flying at your quad?
He's up at the grandstand.
Your radio, you have someone else's radio.
No, he's using my radio, flying my quad. I had my own goggles and I had his radio. We had the same radio. Oh, we wouldn't have known. Yeah. No, that was well done, mate. That was a good one. Radio up now. We have BMS Thomas, Davey FPV, Godzilla, MacDaddy, and Heapsy. This is our top 3 pilots in their last qualifying run. MacDaddy, after a few pilots have pulled out today, has now moved into the top 10. Heapsy just outside the top 10, but previously position 4 after day 1. Godzilla needed to change out a battery. I tell you what, Tim, a flat battery's not a winning strategy here, is it?
No, you're not going to get far with a flat battery. You might get 1 lap in, but then you'll be put to bed by the lack of volts. So looking at how the top 16 will play out if it was to have no more movements, we'll have BMS Thomas, Sushi Snake, Mish, and MacDaddy in the first group. Then it would be Dim Sim, Heapsy, Granger, and Marzi in the second. Godzilla, Delegator, Ironoid, Louie in the third. And then Black Wolf, Bear, Davey, and Chiz in the fourth. We got video for 5.
Radio.
Everyone's ready.
Let's go racing.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5. Whole shot Davey FPV 2.05.
Davey FPV out like a rocket. He wants to get closer to BMS Thomas. BMS Thomas hanging off the blocks, giving his mate Heapsy a great clean run and a chance to move up the leaderboard. Davey FPV takes a tumble and into the crowd. Give him a wave, ladies and gentlemen. You're on his video feed. Heapsy now, he's coming through. He's on lap number 2. BMS Thomas still hasn't taken off on the blocks. Godzilla now coming around for his first lap at 18:21. MacDaddy, he's on lap number 2. Heapsy's on lap number 2. Godzilla now coming through the corkscrew in the center of the track, about to make his way through KJR corner for lap number 2. That's a 14:47 for him. He's 1 second. 1.35 seconds away from Davey FPV, who's crashed out of this last qualifier. MacDaddy coming through the corkscrew. BMS Thomas is still yet to take off on the blocks. He only needs 30 seconds to do 3 laps. So he's got plenty of time to wait. MacDaddy now coming through the top section of the track. Godzilla coming through the corkscrew. He comes through KJR corner for lap number 4. This will be a 14:28 for him. He's lowered the time from him to Davey FPV. He is now 0.6 seconds away from second place. BMS Thomas has now taken off. He's coming through the top section of the track now into the split S. MacDaddy coming through the corkscrew. Heapsy's on a PB run. Lap number 15 is lap number 5 is a 15:20. 47:13 for Heapsy. He comes through the corkscrew now through KJR corner. Heapsy has moved into 5th position. MacDaddy coming through KJR corner. He's also on a PB run. A 16:38 for him. He's well inside. He should be staying inside that top 10. BMS Thomas now coming through for his 3rd lap. That's a 13:28 for him. Heapsy's done. MacDaddy and BMS Thomas are still in the air. MacDaddy also on a PB run, a 50.17 for him. He moves up the leaderboard. This is BMS Thomas's last run before finals. That is the fastest lap of the entire tournament. Lap number 5, a 12.12. Round of applause for our pilots, ladies and gentlemen. They are our fastest on the track. The fastest pilots in Australia here at the Australian International Air Show.
Up next is Granger, Mish, Louis, Dimsim, Black Wolf.
Next up, round 20
and Bear.
qualifying 2, with Granger FPV on
This
R1.
is their last qualifying
Mish
round
on
before
R2,
the finals.
Louis on F2, Dimsim FPV on F4, Black Wolf FPV on R7, Bear on R8.
All right, we got video for 6. This is a full stacked race. These parts are also fast as far as I'm concerned. No one's in the track. Oh, way back there. They're out? Looks like they are. All right, thumbs up when you're ready. Your last chance to make your mark and impress the crowd. Don't do what Godzilla did
Arm
and
your
smash
quads.
it into 1,000 pieces.
Starting on the tone in less than 5. Hole shot Mish 2.18.
Oh, Louis smashing out early. Same with Bear, tumbling on the ground. Looks like two pilots haven't even taken off yet. Granger and Mish are just sort of chilling. All right, Granger and Dimsim have now taken off. Bear with an unusually fast hot lap of 7.26. That's a false one. I know it when I see it. Black Wolf and Bear working their way on lap 2, but Mish is leading this pack with an 18 and then a 16. His new hottest lap of the tournament. Lights out from Black Wolf. It's nothing but static. We're down to 5 pilots now. 1 is down. Granger in the 4th position there, working on lap 3. Bear has a big smash and ends up in the net. It's goggles up from Louis as well. They're dropping like flies. Down to Granger, Dimsim and Mish. Granger now busts into the 13 seconds with a 13.81 for lap number 3. Looks like he's going to try and push and take 3rd place off Godzilla. But now that those dreams are ruined, as he has a bit of a tumble and hits the grass. Mish now with his hottest lap, a 16.5. He's still in the number 12 spot with a 50.51. Mish having a bit of an accident there, bumping off the tent. But straight back on the horse and in the gate. Lights out for Granger. It's all gone dark. He's run out of battery, he says. And Dimsim having an impact into one of the poles. He looks like he wants to keep going, though. I would not
60
recommend
seconds
it.
remaining.
Oh, no, he's up. Track is still live. We've still got 1 pilot flying. Dimsim in the 6th place overall. Yeah, he's still in the 6th place. He hasn't been moved up a notch or down. Having another tumble, rolling in the dirt. Just, you got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him.
Race over.
And he's folded him. Mish does improve his time there, but he will still be in the 12th spot. 50-51. Yeah, just behind him. Yeah, 0.31 of a 3.4 of a second.
Next up, round 20 qualifying 3, with Delegator on R1, Bloke on R2, Kentucky on F2, Fast Vader on F4, Sushi Snake on R7, Ben Chicken on R8.
Let's get the third group up now. Delegator, Sushi Snake, Fast Vader, Bin Chicken, Bloke, and Kentucky. Oh man, that looks grim. That is not a true X quadcopter. Oh, yours is equally, yours is sadder. Oh. Oh. Yeah, Godzilla takes the win for his carnage. If you can see on the camera there, the head is sheared off, dangling like an entrail. And if you look closely, this flight controller stack is meant to be straight, but it's all kind of bent. He's bent all the screws. You'd kind of be suspect about whether any of that is going to work again. The flight controller still turns on, but with a USB port looking like it's been chewed on by the military working dogs, you're never going to be able to program that again. If you've played any of the old 90s first-person shooters, we call that a good taste of quad damage. Because it's a quadcopter and it's been damaged. Get it? Yeah. I thought it was funny. Thank you, Millhouse. Bloke? He's out. Down to 5 pilots in this round. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7. We got this and then 4 more races after that. And I think we'll then start getting the top 16 ready for their elimination rounds. That is going to be the spiciest and tastiest competition we've seen in the arena all week. I mean, the military one was very good too, but the competition is even more fierce in the open tournament. Stripping off? I'm not stripping off. What are you talking about? Thumbs up, pilots, if you're ready. And let's do it.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5. Whole shot Delegator 1.97.
Sushi Snake now through the corkscrew. Fast Vader not far behind him. Delegator coming. Oh, he's lost, but he's coming through KJR corner now for lap number 1. Delegator Delegator's now just inside the top 16 in 14th position. Sushi Snake, though, he's the one we're riding with. He has the chance to move into the top 16. This is an absolute blinding run for Sushi Snake coming through now. This could be it. A 22.49 for him, but the 18.89 his first lap, his fastest of the tournament. I think that could do it for him. He's currently sitting in 16th according to my sheet here. He's going to have to wait and see how the other pilots go to whether or not he can make the top 16 finals. Fast Vader also on a PB run, a 68.67 for him. Ben Chicken, after an absolute blinding first lap for him at 22.85, appears to be looking down at the dirt as his Fast Vader Delegator just bouncing off the walls like they're nothing. He's our only pilot left in the air now. Delegator from the Royal Australian Air Force. Probably our number one pilot for the Air Force team.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Delegator is definitely the leading pilot of the Air Force team across the entire week's tournaments.
Radio pilots, track's clear.
Race over.
Go retrieve your drones. In fact, in his last run, a PB for Delegator, an 18.01.
Next up, round 20 qualifying 4, with Just in Time on R1, Hot Glue on R2, Troy Star on F2, Super Dizzy D on F4,
Sushi Snake
Racing Lewis on R7,
sitting in the
R8.
16th position. His first time on a racetrack was only 3 weeks ago. At the age of 11, he looks to be heading to the top 16 finals, Tim.
Yeah, he'll be facing off against a couple of top pilots there, namely Thomas Bitmatter in first, but also Mac Daddy and Mish in that one there. So it'll be a Bradbury story because it only requires a couple of them to crash out and let the pressure get to them, and maybe their wits will crumble.
Yeah, I think he'll be the absolute fairy tale story of this tournament. Radio up now, we have Hot Glue, Just in Time, Qubit, Racing Lewis, and no Troy Star Super Dizzy Die. So Hot Glue and Qubit from the Royal Australian Air Force. If you wondered about Hot Glue's name, just check out his drone. Oh yeah, give us a smile in front of the track camera. No. The crowd were loving it. Hot Glue, check out his drone. It's mostly a little bit of carbon, a little bit of elastic, bit of some zip ties, and a whole lot of hot glue. Not to mention the hopes and prayers of the Royal Australian Air Force keeping that team together. Radio pilots, goggles down, give a thumbs up when you're ready. Well, I wouldn't have had all thumbs up, would I?
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5. Whole shot just
Tim,
in time.
I can hear it
3.9.
now. I think something might be a little loose on one of these 3 drones.
And who do you think has that loose prop?
I don't want to say it. Racing Lewis, battery disconnection on gate number 2. Just 2 pilots down this one. Hot Glue and Just in Time. Hot Glue in position number 27. Oh, and Just in Time in position number 29. Just inside our top 30, takes a massive tumble. His goggles are still down. He's flicking a whole bunch of switches trying to get his drone to work. I don't know how that's going to go for him. So it could just be the Hot Glue show with what could be his last run here at the Australian International Air Show at Avalon. Let's put in a good showing. Oh, he takes a tumble. Giving a good look at those pylons. Yeah, Hot Glue, this looks to be your last run. Unless you can shave 25 seconds over 3 laps. But at this pace, you may as well just showboat for the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen in the crowd, you got to keep an eye on this pilot because every time he finishes a race,
60
he's going to
seconds
send it
remaining.
right into that net right in front of you.
.30 seconds remaining.
Okay, this is lap number 6. This could be his last one. Oh, and into the roof and on top of the crowd. There it is. He's done it every time, ladies and gents. A big round of applause.
10 seconds
That's
remaining.
his last flights here under the big top in racing. I dare say he'll
Race
have some
over.
more later today in free flying practice.
Next
Well
up,
done
round
to
20
you
qualifying
guys.
5, with Hutto on R1, Paints on R2, Manic TARDIS on F2, Brig on F4, Chiz on R7, Firefly on R8.
Don't go anywhere, folks, because up now, my favorite pilot, and soon to be your favorite pilot, Manic TARDIS. Hutto from the Australian Air Force is up, as is Chiz. Now, Chiz is an interesting one. He's sitting in 15th. I think the only pilot that's going to challenge Sushi Snake and Chiz for the top 16 is my man, Manic TARDIS. Yeah, he's just... Manic TARDIS has asked me what kind of a time does he need, and I've advised him now that he needs to drop 2 minutes over 3 consecutive laps to be able to make the top 16. Not impossible.
But unlikely.
We also have Paints from the Australian Army team. Firefly from the Australian Army Cadet team.
We have no brig, so this will be... We're down a brig in this one, but we do have a Manic TARDIS. That's what's most important to us now. Desperately trying to power on his drone and get video. On the live stream, Sando076, go Racing Lewis. Certainly a big fan club for Racing Lewis watching the live stream at home.
So, just some statistics on Manic TARDIS's run. Our pilots are allocated. Oh no, he's out. I had some good data on your flying though. I'll tell it though. So, pilots are allowed 3 minutes to complete their 3 consecutive laps, Tim. But however, if they make it through for their last lap before the buzzer, they're allowed to finish their lap and it counts.
We go into overtime for a
So
bit
3 minutes for the pilots. Manic TARDIS, with a time of 232 seconds for 3 consecutive laps, is averaging 1 minute 20 per lap. For 3.
That's all right.
So more than the allowed time. It's an impressive effort. Most amount of time on the track for him. Okay, pilots, thumbs up when you're ready.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5. Whole shot Chiz 2.74.
Oh, Hutto takes a tumble. Chiz about to make his way up over the crowd. So's to Firefly. Paint's following in behind him in third. Hutto and Paint's neck and neck. Chiz coming through KJR corner now. This will be his lap number 1. A 21 flat for Chiz, representing the Melbourne Multirotor Racing Club. Chiz up over the crowd. Hutto through the corkscrew. Paint's in his vision. Chiz now coming through. He's going to have to contend with a little bit of traffic, but first he's got to deal with that flag. Hutto now coming through KJR corner. Firefly on lap number 2. They're going to make their way up over the crowd, and the vision of Paints is just in front of them in their video feed. Oh, Chiz takes a tumble on lap number 3. He's flicking his switches. He's going to get back up. Hutto up over the crowd, narrowly avoiding a guide wire. Chiz currently in turtle mode, but in the right way up. Firefly looks to be just looking at the roof, but he's still up and flying, coming around the corkscrew. Paints coming around KJR corner now. This will be his second lap, a 46.79 for him, and currently in 44th position. He takes a tumble and his video goes really bad. Goggles are up for Paints. Chiz is in the net, I believe. Yeah, that's right. We can see people in the crowd through his video feed. Thumbs up from that punter. Thank you. Hutto is down. Firefly down, but Hutto's back up. If he can avoid the net, he would have been going up above the crowd, but that net just sucks you in and doesn't want to let you go. I tell you what, I think goggles are up for all 4 pilots. Track is clear. Go and collect your drones. A round of applause for these pilots. Chiz will feature in our top 16 finals, but that could be it for these 3.
Next up, round 20 qualifying 6, with Hickster on R1, Huey FPV on R2, Ironoid on F2, Lawnmower on F4, Lost My Drone on R7, Marzi on R8.
Radio up now. We have Ironoid, Marzi, 2 of our civilian pilots in our open class tournament. Lawnmower from the Royal Australian Air Force. Hickster, one of our cadet pilots here. And our original prankster, Huey, is not featuring in this race. Radio pilots, goggles are down. Yeah, give us a thumbs up when you're ready.
Arm your quads.
Whoa.
Stand down and disarm. Race start cancel.
What are you
My
doing,
goodness,
Sam?
if you're going to enter the arena after the thumbs up,
You need to announce your
you
presence.
need to let us know. You would have gotten a very dangerous and horrible haircut
Disqualified.
if we hadn't have noticed that. My goodness. Okay. For the second time, thumbs up from all pilots. Okay, thank you.
Arm your quads.
Let's go racing.
Starting on the tone in less than 5. Whole shot lawnmower 3.12.
Inoid and Marzi going through the whole shot together. They're about to make their way up through the top section over the crowd. Hickster, he's going to make his way through the Air Force high section and up over the top into the crowd. Oh, Inoid takes a tumble into the crowd. He's in the net. Trying to get out, but we can see the crowd. Give us a wave and you'll feature on his video feed. There we go. Marzi's still in this. He takes a tumble. Lawnmower now coming through the high section. About to, oh, he hits a gate. That could be him done for the day. Marzi's still in this. He's coming through KJR corner. Oh, one of our red shirt friends. They're trying to get Inoid out of the net, but doesn't matter. He's goggles up. He's done. He'll feature in finals, though. Don't you worry. Lawnmower now coming through the corkscrew. Hicks is still in this. He's on lap number 2 coming up through the top of the crowd. Oh, Lawnmower down on lap number 3. He's currently sitting inside our top 30 in position number 26. He won't feature in finals, but you'll dare say you'll see him later today in free flying. Hicks is in the ground on lap number 2. Just 2 pilots still in this, but I think Hickster might be done. He's trying desperately to get back up. Oh, Lawnmower around for lap number 3, takes another tumble. It's a 1-pilot show. Oh, well, I was about to say Lawnmower's on a PB, but no, he's just triggered some false laps. Very close to those guide wires. This is an absolute wild ride with him. Oh, hits the ground, hits the corkscrew, back up and gives it another go.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Oh, takes a tumble again. Oh, that could be it. You can keep going, but I think you're just going to mow the grass there, Lawnmower. Track is clear, pilots. Go collect your drones. And ladies and gents, we're going to need that drone extraction
Next
tool
up,
again.
Round 20 qualifying 7 with Mr.
You haven't heard me speak about this. I tell you what, you're in for a
R2,
treat.
Eye on F4,
This is a highly
Tomahawk on
sophisticated
R7,
piece of military
Top Knot on
equipment
R8.
designed and developed this week at the air show. A Bunnings green broom zip tied to a piece of polypipe. That's how we get the drones down off the net. Now, Tim, this is one to watch. Tomahawk, his last run to make the finals. It may sound impossible, but he's sitting in position 22, but ahead of him are 3 of our British military drone racing pilots who are absent from the last 2 days of qualifying.
One shot, one chance. Palms sweaty, knees weak, mum's spaghetti for Tomahawk. Did you have mum's spaghetti for dinner? No, you did not. Well, did you have Wheat Bix for breakfast this morning?
There is vomit on his sweater already, but... Also in this one of our cadet pilots...
What are you looking for?
Which one of our cadet pilots? Who's up?
Who's up?
Yeah. This
Mr.
is
Goose.
Mr. Goose. We haven't seen Mr. Goose for a little while.
He's just repaired it.
Yeah.
Spent countless hours repairing it for the final debut.
Tell you what, it's been a great learning experience for our cadet pilots because you can only learn about the challenges of race day when you actually go through a race day. Building, flying, racing, repairing.
And experience the first-person trauma.
Oh, yep. Okay, 2 pilots in this one.
Have we extracted the drone from the back?
Oh, good question. Just check the video feeds if we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. This is our last race in qualifying, ladies and gents. After this, we will have the Royal Australian Air Force Military Working Dog Show. A display with Japanese drums, and then we're into the top 16 double elimination finals.
Yeah, so this is our last race for a little while. We'll have the military working dog display right after this. Well, technically starting at 10, so, there'll be a couple of minute break between. And then after that, I'm told we'll be gifted with the Japanese drum show that I've not yet seen this week. So that'll mix things up a bit.
Finals? Yeah. Yeah, so 10 o'clock is the dogs. They'll probably go for...
All right, I'm just going to do a quick gate repair. So Mish is on the track. Starting shortly, just waiting on Mish's lovely track repairs. I can't see where he is. Can you see Mish on the track?
We get a thumbs up from someone if the track is clear. We can't quite see from our position. I think our track repair has been done.
Mish, if you're out there, hide in one of the support poles.
Yeah, scream out if the drone's coming your way. Our 2 pilots are ready.
Thumbs up.
Let's go.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5. Whole shot Tomahawk 3.89.
Tomahawk coming now through the high section, through the Air Force flags. Oh, Mr. Goose. I think it's lights out for him. Once again, it's the solo Tomahawk show from the Royal Australian Air Force. Oh, he has sent it into the ground, that's for sure. Trying to get his drone flipped. This will be a disappointing end to qualifying.
You are very much stuck there, my
Oh,
friend.
there's a lot of grass in the video feed. Your motors might be caught up and gunked up with grass. You're in crash flip. Oh, yeah, he's giving the lawn a bit of a mow. And no,
Runaway.
looks like the runaway. That throttle runaway warning, that indicates that your motors are stuck. Oh, he's just going to do burnouts in the dirt.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, that's what the crowd's come to see.
Yeah, digging dirt.
Drones on the ground, just kicking up dirt and grass. Oh,
No,
he
you've
tried.
got a sheared prop again or something. Well, that was a bit of an anticlimactic end to qualifying, but we've done it.
Don't go anywhere, ladies and gents, because starting in 4 minutes' time, the Royal Australian Air Force Military Working Dog display will be right up in the drone and bone zone here at the Australian International Air Show at Avalon. Grab a seat, because you're going to want to watch this. Well, we got a bit of time, Tim. How's our top 16 looking?
The results are now final, and there's no more changes. We have our top 16. Sushi Snake makes it in as Bubble Boy with exactly 59 seconds for 3 laps. Just ahead of him will be Chiz, only 0.04 seconds ahead, but they'll see themselves in different groups during the elimination rounds. Delegator will take 14th place. Marzi with 13th. Louis in 12th place. Bear, my co-commentator, in 11th. Black Wolf in 10th. Mish in 9th. Mac Daddy in 8th. Ionoid 7th. Dim Sim 6th. Heapsy 5th with a great effort there. He only did a couple of rounds on Friday and then nothing on Saturday. Came back in and bolted straight into 5th place with only 1 battery. Very good effort there. Granger in 4th, our top 4. Davey FPV in 3rd. Looks like Godzilla did pip him by a smidge this morning.
I can't believe we actually missed that.
Yeah, when did that happen? Yeah, that happened in the last
round.
In round 20, yeah.
Wow. So Davey FPV 3rd. Godzilla reclaims spot number 2.
Number 2, yeah.
And number 1.
BMS Thomas. 37.43. A whole 5 seconds-ish ahead of number 2. A massive lead there.
Based on the timings in qualifying, only a catastrophic drone failure could stop BMS Thomas.
I've seen miracles happen before.
I tell you what, I'd be keeping my eye on my drones if I was BMS Thomas.
Yeah,
No
watch
tampering.
out for the pit sabotage.
I'm surprised we didn't actually qualify him after that little prank he pulled on us earlier.
If I was more unkind, I would have disqualified him, but I'm a very kind person, and I couldn't do that.
Could you imagine the drama?
Oh, I'd never hear the end of it from team coach BMS Paul, that's for sure. All right, this is going to be it for the qualifying. We've got the military working dogs up now.
Yeah, in 30 seconds time.
Yep, we'll switch over to them, and I will groom the top elimination race starter ready to go for 11 o'clock, I think, will be about when we start that off.
Yeah, we will have a presentation for our cadet pilots.
At 11, so...
At 11.
So maybe 5 past 11 or so.
So just after that, we'll have a presentation for the cadets to crown the top cadet pilot. We won't be giving that away just yet.
And we'll be back for the final top 16 tournament of a 6-day drone tournament show under the big top here at the Australian International Airshow 2023. So we'll be back with you soon. But for now, let's see some military working dogs chew on a man in a puffy suit and show... I wish my parents' dogs were this obedient, and show some real obedience of what you can do with a dog that's been trained very well. We'll be back. Maybe a short ad break before they get into the arena, just so you have something to watch.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Corporal Snowden. I'm here today to showcase to you the Air Force Security Military Working Dog capability. Here you can see Corporal Lawton and military working dog Sigma. Sigma is a 6-year-old female Belgian Malinois. Been teamed with Julie now for about 6 months. You can see it conducting what we call basic obedience. So basic obedience forms the foundation of our pyramid that all of the dog's learning takes place. You can see Julie conducting what we call distance control, where the dog must adopt positions from a distance. Returning to the heel on the left-hand side, and paying attention, staying on the left-hand side of the handler. This is critically important when we move into a tactical situation. There will be a weapon on our right-hand side. And she clipped a little bit of the obstacle. She didn't have her weak bits this morning. The dog is trained to always stay on the left-hand side so that the right hand or the master hand is free to control the weapon. Basic obedience is critical when there are competing motivators. So when I say competing motivators, I'm talking about what you'll see in a few minutes, where there's a man in a suit that comes through that window. The dog starts to identify and understand the context of the situation, and speaking of being the veteran that she is, she's seen a few of these displays. She knows where the fun's coming from. So I'll showcase to you a few different options of use of force levels that we have with the military working dog, available to us to support commanders and managers of bases and assets across Australia. And it's a small insight to the capability that these dogs are providing at this airshow. So what you can see Julie placing on the signal is a leather muzzle. So this muzzle essentially takes away the dog's primary weapon. However, through subsequent training and conditioning, the dog is taught how to control the fight and situation and neutralise a threat through the use of what we call a muzzle strike. You can think of it like a punch to the gut. So this is useful in situations where there might be a low threat, however we're trying to protect assets, impede encroachment of personnel onto the base, or impede access of personnel to assets that we're tasked to protect. So what I'm going to perform now is what we call a muzzle check, where I make sure that the muzzle is not going to come up over her face, and that during the fight into DK, DK will be safe at all times. So before we ever run any scenarios with the muzzle, there will always be a second to ensure that the muzzle is tight enough that it doesn't come off the dog's face. Because what you will see is the decoy entering right now is not wearing a bite suit. So there's no protection from a bite, so it's critically important that that muzzle will stay on. And you can see the threat picture. Notice Julie and myself are both wearing a uniform. So again, neutralising threat straight to the midsection, incapacitating the threat on the ground, so the dog continues to want to fight on the ground. So you can see now the threat can be escorted away by a team member, but Signal wants to get back in the fight. Signal's having a time with that. So you can see how much these dogs want to work and want to fight. This bred has been selected by police and military canine across the world for their insatiable appetite to work. You can see her focus is purely on the threat that she's just neutralised. So now the team member will escort the threat away, and she understands that her teammate forms part of the relationship with the handler, and that this picture to the dog of camouflage uniform is never a picture for the dog to target. She understands that we form part of the team, and that commands that come from anybody wearing this uniform will lead her to reward and better her own situation. You can see how happy she is. She's done a good job, but she just wants reward from mum. She doesn't care about me. And now she's going to wrap mum up. Need some Benny Hill music. So, we've just displayed to you the use of force option we have in an event of civil unrest or protest at front gates or people encroaching upon assets where it may not be feasible to have the dog deliver a bite or it's not warranted. Now we're going to display what everyone wants to see, which is the dog use all 42 teeth and a whole load of bite pressure. The individual issue the challenge. can see, have a bit of fun with what we do with the dogs. So immediately upon command, Sigma unleashes, so Julie unleashes Sigma's collar and issues the attack command. And because Alex is the decoy, is encroaching upon the dog's space and the handler's space, the dog assesses that as a threat and says, I need to take that down. And you can see Sigma's having a lot of fun, staying in the same place on the bite. The dogs are trained to bite and hold. This allows team members to come in and effect an arrest where warranted. And you can see we enjoy our job, even though it might hurt. So I talked before about basic obedience and why the dog must listen to command. Julie's given the lead command. Sigma doesn't want to let go. Call the dog to heel and she's like, no, I want another go. And now we're going to get this bad guy out of here because it's pretty sus. I think you might get the cops down here and take him away. But you can see Sigma's ready and raring to go. She's saying, let me go, Mum. I know he's still bad. Julie issues the attack command. You can see how quick she moves. So you can see the critical importance of identification of friend or foe training in the development of these canines, because at no time did Sigma look at me or look at my teammates. She only had eyes for the threat. You can see how comfortable she is on the bite. This is what these guys are bred and trained to do. You'll see later on, Alex's arm will be nice and black and blue. Let's give everyone a little bit of a show here. Give everyone a look at what it's like to be inside the suit and have 32 kilos hanging from your tricep. So again, you can see that the dog is staying in the same place and wanting to get in the fight or control the threat through her actions. Julie issues a lead command. Came off nice and clean that time. And now decoy will be escorted away. And hopefully he's taken to a military prison. You can see the slobber flying out of Sigma's mouth. She is salivating over the thought of getting back in the fight. So we'll let her have another go. And at the end of the day, these dogs do understand, through training and development, this isn't a game to them. Although they look like they're having fun, through the training that we use, and you saw the dog deliver a strike to somebody not in a bite suit, so the dog understands a threat encroaching on their personal space. It's critically important that we teach the dog to understand the person approaching them and not just equipment. Forms part of our IFF training, identification of friend or foe, and helps with the context of situations where the dog must be able to neutralise a threat and not target himself or the team members, especially in tight spaces. And you can see Sigma went round 4. And that is our display of Air Force Security's military working dog capability. Now, going to hand over to Australian Border Force, who are going to conduct a display of their capability for their explosive detection dogs. So stay seated for their display. Thank you.
Yeah,
like a quick transition. Waiting at the gate, ready to go. Where are these drums as well? They're on after this, but are they in the area? I haven't seen any drums. You guys probably haven't had much opportunity to see much. No, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I don't need to.
So everyone, just give me a sec while we set up our volunteers. My name's Roger from the Australian Border Force Detector Dog Program. Today we're going to show you one of our explosive dogs' capability of searching passengers, especially leaving the country. So this is something that we do every day. These dogs work pretty much everywhere with the Australian Border Force. All our areas that we deploy in and search, we have our canines available. So we don't just have explosive detector dogs, we have currency, firearms, cash, tobacco, and obviously drugs as well. So I've got my handler here, Sarah Kate, who's going to be deploying explosive detector dog pack. What we're going to do is we're going to search a line of people first, and we're going to show you how they search passengers at the airports. Not just the airports, cruise ships, anywhere where there's people that you need to do best screening. Not only that, we also do a lot of events as well for our stakeholder enforcement agencies like Federal Police and Victor as well, depending on which state they are. And we also search a lot of stadiums before the public or you guys come in here and start watching the show. So today we'll deploy Kat, get you to stand back and enjoy the show. It'll be over pretty quick, so try not to blink or look away. With the hammer, but we're also searching remotely as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up an electronic exercise where we've got a suspicious bag that's been left in the middle of the arena here. And this happens quite often when people travel around the airports, they forget their bags wherever they were standing. So we get a lot of calls to come and clear these items to make sure that there's no explosive material in there. We're mainly concerned about explosives coming into the airport, so we'll set something up while Sarah Kate plays a big game with her dog just to let her know that she's done the right thing. Just a round of applause for our volunteers as well. Alright guys, just bear in mind, this is not a normal work area for these dogs, so they may get a little bit distracted with what's happening behind them, but what my fellow colleague's going to do here, she's going to send her dog remotely to search a bag that's been left, anyway, it could be in a public place or at the airport, and hopefully she'll do her job. Fingers crossed. There you go. So like I said, they do get a little bit distracted, but they are trained on searching on command and what we want them to search. So, the good thing is these dogs, they do spend a lot of time in the community when they're puppies, especially with the general public. So what we always look for is, hey, yeah, can you you believe they come to work just to get this toy, which is just a rolled up towel? So it's always going to be a big game for the dogs, just to let them know that they've done exactly what they're trying to do, and we make it fun every way possible. So they don't just come to work and search, the same thing every day. So we do a bit of stuff with it. So like I was saying, sorry. Okay, that's better. Like I was saying, we rely on the general public to take on foster pups when they're born. So if you are looking for a dog, think about fostering one of these pups, because we try to put them in the community just to be normal dogs, normal pets that socialise with people. So when they come to us at the age of 12 to 15 months old, they want to be tempted by people, they won't be afraid of anything, they'll have the exposures that they need to be able to do the job. A lot of training goes into these dogs throughout their career. Cat's about 3 years old now, and every day we're trying to enhance their capability and constantly training it and reinforcing all the different odours that they're trained on. So, especially Cat, she's trained on all the explosives, also homemade explosives, anything that we may come across out there in the real world, we try to make sure that they're pushing in what they do. So, glad you enjoyed that, guys. It happens pretty quick. Let's give a round of applause to Cat SK. Thanks, guys, I appreciate it. Any questions that you guys have, just yell them out to me and I'll try to answer them. Yes. That could vary. They could vary from about 6 years to 8 or 9 years of age. A lot of these dogs don't want to retire, they want to come to work every day, so they find it hard to switch off. But we try to give them a life as well outside of our department, so they can just enjoy the couch at home with either their families or the general public. So, yeah, questions? Yes. Well, no, you can still see them, depending on if they pass. Like, these dogs still have to go through a training course as well, so they might not be suitable for a training border course, but they might be suitable for the boost course or other agencies. But you do get to see them. We do put on a bit of a display for these dogs when they do graduate. We get the hospitals back, they have a big family day at our facility as well, and then you can visit anytime you want. So it's pretty cool. They do get ready. When the hands are on days off, the dogs get time away, they open the hands and they get to enjoy the backyards. My retired dog I do, but our dogs normally stay at base. Yeah. We are looking at maintaining some of our dogs, but most of the time, because we have such a good facility, these dogs are very highly strung, so they're probably better off being kept at our facilities because they do take a fair bit of work. She's excited. So a nice job, so you can apply for the same water course and then you get to play with the dogs all day. Definitely, we always recruit, so have a look on our website on Main Fields, and you'll be able to see our fostering system as well. And we have a facility in Melbourne Multirotor, so we have like a 5-star resort for dogs. They've got everything on site. They are building their own thing. In a couple of years' time, there'll be a facility up in Canberra as well. Yep, definitely. No, definitely not. That's why we use labs, because it's very highly driven. We don't use the we don't use the defense force ones, that's for sure. Especially when we're searching passengers, children and families. We don't want them to be intimidated or afraid of the dogs, so definitely probably the Department of Agriculture, they use these. But they're using our labs as well. So this is our labs all around the world. So all the enforcement agencies come to our facility and they purchase our dogs. So there's a big waiting list for our dogs too. So, and because there's not such a huge failure rate, we don't see many of them go out to pets. But the breeders do,
Next, we're going to have a display from the Japanese Defense Force, a Japanese drumming display coming right up in the drone and bone zone. After the Japanese drum display, we will be commencing the top 16 double elimination finals in our open class drone racing tournament, looking to crown Australia's best drone racer under the big top.
Ladies and gentlemen, up now we will have the Taiko Japanese drummers from the Japanese Air Force. They will be having 2 performances, each lasting around 4 minutes, so stay around for that. They will be performing later today at the Heavy Performance Aircraft Tarmac. There'll be 3 performances later today, one at 12:50, one at 2:50, and their final performance today at 4:30 p.m. on the Heavy Performance Aircraft Tarmac. Up now, the Taiko Japanese drummers from the Japanese Air Force. the Taiko Japanese drummers from the Japanese Air Force, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Our Taiko Japanese drummers from the Japanese Air Force will be conducting another performance in just a moment. If you can't stay around to watch them now, they'll be performing later today at the Heavy Performance Aircraft Tarmac. 3 more performances after this one at 12:50 p.m., 2:50 p.m., and their final performance on the Heavy Performance Aircraft Tarmac at 16:30, 4:30 p.m.
That was the Taiko Japanese drummers from the Japanese Air Force, ladies and gentlemen.
They have 3 more performances left today over at the Heavy Performance Aircraft Tarmac. 12:50 p.m, 2:50 p.m, and their final performance at 4:30 p.m. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Taiko Japanese drummers from the Japanese Air Force. I'm going what this says. Rightio, well our drummers pick up and move their drums, we'll have our presentation for the Australian Army Cadet Racing Team. If pilots can make their way into the arena, we'll conduct that presentation into the crowd. In front of the crowd, not in the crowd. Following that presentation, we'll be moving into our top 16 double elimination finals. Race 1 will see BMS Thomas, Sushi Snake, Mac Daddy, and Mish. Those pilots will be getting ready during the presentation and will be up racing at the completion of the Australian Army Cadet Drone Racing Champion being announced. I'm not quite sure how John wants you guys lined up, but we'll work it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we've been racing here in Avalon for the last couple of days, we've had a big competition going on. All of the local club pilots here from Melbourne and Geelong, as well as the Army, Navy and Air Force drone racing teams, and we've had, for the first time hitting it out in a competition format, the Australian Army Cadet Team. We've been building up our cadets over the last 18 months or so with some boot camps and getting some really great pilots that are now hitting race grade, and it's really great to be here and rewarding them for their excellent performance. Look, it's been an amazing couple of days, lots of cooperation. All the pilots get together to help the airplanes keep flying, to keep working on the skills, to work on the racing lines. And, that's pretty obvious in the skills development that we've seen here with the cadets as well. Lots of collaboration, especially because there's lots of repairing to be done, lots and lots of crash. To the cadets, thank you for your enthusiasm. It's been amazing to have you here. A new sport, especially for yourselves. Some of you been in the sport area, and some of you been racing. For some of you, to our pilots, we'll go for some awards. Third place from the cadets is Firefly. Ain't that beautiful? Second place, Hickster.
I think it's time to do some racing. What's coming up? The best racing. For the last 2.5 days, everybody has been working to. Everybody's been working to set their best lap time. It's just like any other motorsport. The first 2 days is all about getting your best time so you can get into that pole order and make the final cut for the racing. So what we've got is a lot of pilots have been racing hard, giving their best 3-lap time.